Hey, how's it going, guys? So Bitcoin had a pullback here, and I want to go over why it happened, how we could have anticipated to happen in the future. And so if you don't already know how to do this kind of stuff, you'll be able to do it hopefully after this video here. But basically, I just want to go over the price action and it describe to you as to why this occurred. So price action has been pretty wild lately. I would say probably since we broke the range at like 32,000 resistance, and we were able to scalp a lot quite through here, but we finally broke an ascending triangle to the upside. So if I go zoom in a little quick here, there we go. So we had a lot of warnings that this was going to go to the upside here. We had actually a lot of time to enter this trade. We had an ascending triangle, and that's when you have horizontal resistance right here, where sellers are constantly trying to sell in the same spot, but buyers are constantly undercutting each other. So you have uptrending support built from that. So buyers here, and in the order books, which is a location where you can see where other people are buying, they were constantly undercutting each other, and we started creating uptrending support as a result. And then we finally broke to the upside, and we built a confirmation formation. And that's when you see price action get above the value area high, which is this red line right here. And we built this falling wedge structure, and we broke that to the upside. And if you weren't able to jump in from that, then you were able to jump in when we had a confirmation bounce here off this structural value area high, and we ended up building a continuation pattern right here, which is a bull pennant. And that was, like, I would say, the last safe entry for this entire run. After that, it was a little bit more higher risk going forward, but this was the safest entry right here, if not this one here. Then we had this uptrending momentum that we could follow right here, this white dotted line here. And the moment that this was lost, that was our first warning sign that things are likely going to go to the downside. So at that point, I closed a large amount of my trade and then moved my stop loss below the swing low right here. Because if that were to be hit, that would create a double top confirmation, and that's exactly what occurred. We ended up creating a double top formation, and double tops are formed when there's sell pressure coming to the market, and we're trying to create a higher high from the buyers, but they fail. They keep failing to create a higher high, and sometimes even when they create the higher high, the volume isn't there, and you start building what's called bearish divergence. And that's when oscillators are moving the opposite direction of the price action, and that's another warning sign that things are about to go down. So we had a lot of warning signs that things were going to go down from there. And we had this consolidation pattern going on here. It was relatively easy to scalp within it, but the moment we lost it, we started quickly validating this double top structure. And the only time really you could have gotten in safely was during the 5-minute time frame, to validate this acting as resistance. And we had the candle close below the horizontal support, and you could have put your stop loss right above here and then ride it towards this technical target. The target has likely already been hit based on the structural behavior. Let's see let me zoom out here and just show you really quick. So this is the double top right here, and how double tops work for finding out your technical target. It's actually relatively easy. You want to take this resistance level to the support with a trend line, and you just want to click and drag it to the breakout area, and that's where you get your technical target. And we can see that we surpassed the technical target, but this is where people have taken profits in this area. We can see that we have a lot of interest here right at this target zone. So we almost doubled this target, which is great for anyone who took that short. I didn't take the short, but it stopped me out in a profit for the long that I entered in down there. And now it's a good time to look for a new opportunity for a trade. So what I'm looking at right now is on the daily. If I zoom out really quick, I just want to show you really quick two things. The first thing I want to show you is the confluence of this double top failure happened in this area here, where we had a lot of support and resistance, support, lots of resistance and resistance. So there's a lot of interest in this area, and we basically just failed to create that higher high, get acceptance into this area, and we're likely going to see price action maybe even go as low as 38,900 again, where this structural point of control is. And if you're not sure what I just said, I have a whole course on it with an InvestorShare. You can try it for $1 for a month if you'd like to see if it's something for you. But anyways, now we are revisiting this uptrending momentum. So we can see there's this dotted line here I got on my screen. This is the daily time frame momentum, and we're revisiting it as support right now. In order for us to verify it act as support, we need to see lower time frame resistance levels be broken in confluence with the support bounce. You don't want to, catch the knife and hope that it acts as support. You want to first verify that it acts as support before entering like a trade position. What I want to wait for is in confluence with this uptrending daily momentum here that we were just looking at. This is the 15-minute time frame now. I want to see price action crawl its way to this downtrending resistance right here, break it, hopefully with like a double bottom structure or an inverse head and shoulders, any kind of bullish reversal pattern in confluence with this support bounce and this downtrending resistance break. And then what I'll be doing is I'll be targeting the structural value area low first, which is this little green line right here at 41,600, and then see how it acts around 42,300 area between this point of control and the value area high. And then maybe from there we create a large double bottom, but I think it's just too early for that. We'll see what happens, but that's what I'm anticipating right now for a short-term scalp. But there isn't really much market structure for another longer-term move like we just had here. Like when we broke this to the upside, we had a lot of market structure, a lot of time in this area. We were trading between here and here for this triangle for 21 days before we broke out, and we were in an uptrend inside this awkward range for a bit. This is a result of constant shorts being put into the market and liquidity being scooped up and creating this regression uptrend. So this was actually a result of a lot of people trying to put shorts into the market and people getting liquidated and market makers trying to scoop up that liquidity. So we were in an awkward position for a total entirety of 38 days, but it got more clear of how things were going to act in this moment here before we broke to the upside. Now we're just waiting for another picture like this for Bitcoin to display to us so we can find a clear idea of where it wants to go. But right now that trend is to the downside, and if this daily momentum breaks, then 38K is definitely in the cards. So we can come back down to those low levels again. And just for those traders that like to use altcoins, just remember that Bitcoin likes to be in charge, and there's a thing called an influence chain, meaning like Bitcoin, when it goes down, all the liquidity pools for these smaller altcoins go down in value as well, because they're usually tied to Ethereum, and Ethereum has a lot of Bitcoin liquidity. So it creates this influence chain where Bitcoin drops, then Ethereum drops, and then the altcoins drop along with it. But because the altcoins have a smaller market cap, they get destroyed. So what's a 10% move, for example, for Bitcoin can be like a 20-25% move for an altcoin. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, for Bitcoin. I'm going to go over Ethereum's price action as well really quick. But Ethereum is a lot, kind of the same kind of behavior, except it's actually, in my opinion, looking more set up to be more bullish, because if we zoom out on the daily, we have these touch points here on this uptrending level of resistance. We broke past it, but we lost the momentum once we broke past it, and we had that warning sign that things were going to go down. Maybe you had a warning sign on the hourly. Yeah, you had not very much of a warning sign as compared to Bitcoin, but we lost this uptrending momentum, had it confirmed as resistance, and then we dropped down to this horizontal level of resistance here, trying to act as support. And if that acts as support, that's pretty bullish. This is an area that we wanted to retest. If you guys remember the video I made about Ethereum before, this is kind of where we wanted to go, so we can have a great continuation to the upside. wipe out the weak hands, create that higher fair value. And now we can see it, what I want to see at least, price actually go down a little bit more and then break this downtrending momentum right here. And in confluence with that, a bounce off of this horizontal resistance to act as support. We see had a bit of a wick there, but now that those buyers are gone, it's going to be easier for it to creep down here. And then we can, then we can target the value area. For short-term traders, the value area low of this microstructure around 2200, and then it can go as high as 2240 to 2250, and then maybe we can see a different structure that'll give us a better picture of where Ethereum wants to go from there. But yeah, guys, that's everything between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Basically, just stay calm. Hopefully, you guys didn't, forget your stop losses in a situation like this. Like my stop loss got hit here in the profit zone. Hopefully you guys aren't holding a negative position. Stay strong. If you need any help with anything, reach out to me in the Discord. I'll have the link down below for the Discord, and have yourself an amazing day. Thanks, guys. Bye.